Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Real Science with Neal. I'm really excited to be able to deliver some more content. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on in the world of performance medicine, and I am super pumped to be able to deliver that to you guys. If this is what you're into, please hit the like and subscribe. All right, let's dive in. This is going to be kind of an introductory video that I'm going to begin to discuss my philosophies on anti-aging. So anti-aging, what does that really mean, really? Well, I guess it's kind of against aging. What is aging? So we get told and we get kind of indoctrinated into what aging actually is through the years from our parents, from our grandparents, from uncles, our elders, from older people. They look at us and they say, well, this is just wait till you're my age. This is just what's going to happen. Everything just falls apart. Your body just doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do, when really a lot of that isn't technically true. So anytime someone says that, maybe there is a little sliver of truth behind it, but we really need to dig into the science as to what they're saying when they say, hey, wait till you're my age, you'll see how much your body falls apart. Then it's like, okay, well, why? So there's a reason why. And if you were to take, let's say, a 50-year-old version of you, I'm close, I'm 48 right now. So I just turned 48, so I'm approaching the big 50. But let's take a 50-year-old version of you and a 25-year-old version of you. If you were to compare them on paper, side by side, height, usually the same. A lot of times the weight is even the same, but other factors, other variables in there, like your blood pressure, your heart rate, your respirations, your blood sugar, your cholesterol numbers, a lot of those things are not that drastically different. How your body functions, you have the same, most of us have all the same organs, minus maybe some surgeries that went through over the years, but we have this, it's the same type of mechanism, it's the same type of machine that's keeping us upright and running. Okay, so if it's the same engine and the same machine, the same factory, then why is it that our bodies respond so differently when we're older than when we're younger? And that's really the question. We stop asking that. It's much easier to just say, that's just what happens when you get older. And then all thinking ceases. Like we don't even think or ask questions anymore. And that's the part that drives me crazy. So I'm constantly asking questions, constantly trying to figure the, big issues like this out. Unfortunately, anti-aging is not something that is in the privy or in the modus operandi of most Western medicine clinicians, because in my opinion, and I was instructed in the Western medicine format, in my opinion, we don't have enough time, really. Like at most clinics, like they literally don't. In order to go through just the basics with people, we're focused on, are you sick? Are you broken? Are you dying? If you're not one of those three things, then you're good enough. You're fine. I'll see you back in 6 months. Make sure you pay the lady at the desk on the way out. And like you said, and that's really it, and so what about, hey, am I able to reverse age anything? Another way to say that is, am I able to feel better than a typical 48-year-old? Is there anything you got that'll help me with that? Nobody asks that question anymore, and what's interesting is that if we focus on what I call the front end, if we focus on feeling better, being more active, being more energetic, if we focus on building muscle, taking care of ourselves, staying healthy, and especially staying active, driven by activity, if we stay focused on that, then you'll never have to worry about a lot of things on the back end. Many issues, a lot of the chronic illnesses that plague our nation today, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, like all of those big major players, many forms of cancer would not be, or would be greatly diminished if we focused on the front end, which is just being more energetic, being feeling healthier, feeling stronger, being able to get through more in the day. If we really focused on the science of that, we wouldn't have as many things in the back end to clean up the mess after the fact, and that's more proactive medicine, than just putting a Band-Aid on things. as we've seen. So that's really the focus of anti-aging medicine. One of the interesting things that I found just from being in this industry for so long, well over a decade now, that I study and I research and I experiment and I try a lot of the medications that's out there just because of what I do, and I have access to all of it. So I work with it all. I work it on myself, and I try out the medications because I would feel I think it's important for me to at least have some understanding as to how these things work if I'm going to be prescribing it to someone, not to just get on here and just talk about it. But out of all of the anti-aging medications, all the anti-aging tools that are out there, the ones that are the most powerful, the safest, the most effective, and the coolest by far are ones that our body already produces. Like our bodies already make them. So, we get all excited and they're like, oh my gosh, a new medication was just invented. It's like, well, actually it wasn't invented. Like our bodies knew about it all along. It's just that our bodies are not producing the correct amount or enough of that signaling factor that would make everything more optimal, and that's really where the trick is. So if we can just sprinkle in a little extra, then, we can get our bodies back to that more optimal state. When our bodies are in more of an optimal state, things are running better. Things are running more efficient. We feel that. We feel younger, anti-aging. And that's really where it's at, so that's one of the things that we really like to focus on. I'm going to be doing a lot of focus on that. I'm going to be touching on the anti-aging thing as I go through and work through different medications. I'll be going through a long list of all the newest and the oldest peptides that are out there that I think are worthwhile to discuss and talk about. If you guys have any questions at all, if you want me to dive into a specific topic, please let me know in the comments. I will read the comments and go back through and try and answer as many of them as I can. And maybe your topic will get selected to have a geek out session on. I love this stuff. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Please like and subscribe. If you like this kind of information, share it with your friends. I'm here for you all. If you ever want to reach out to me and see me at the clinic, you can always do that too. Team360health.com. We'd love to see you and work with you towards your goals. Thank you very much, guys, and we will see you soon. Stay healthy.